All right, so our thing is, let's pull this over here really quick. So this is in the thing. So our quiz instructions, all tasks will be completed in your VMware Windows 10 machine. Upload each completed task with a screenshot that proves you completed the task. If the screenshot does not show proof of completion, it will not count. You will also write down each step in the doc that you have your screenshot in, explaining each step you took to get to the goal. This should be written like a tutorial so someone else can accomplish the same task. Document everything. So document everything. Each task is a separate document from the next. That means you do task 1, screenshot and tutorial descriptions of what you did, attach it, and then move to the next task, start a new doc. Document all problems you run into and how you figured out how to resolve the issues. Document everything. You may do more than one screenshot per task, but you must only have one task per document. Each doc you upload will be named first name dash last name dash task name .doc. Make sure you save a backup copy for yourself in case something happens with Canvas. All passwords you use will be server 123. So our first task is to do turn on Hyper-V. Verify that it's fully functional Hyper-V. For this task, if you need hardware changes, your host notify your instructor, which is me, and tell instructor what you need, i.e. more RAM, more hard drive space, etc. Make sure you document these changes if you make them for this task in the order you do this task. So I'm going to move that over, and we're going to do that. All right. So let me make this full screen, because this should make it look better on your guys' side. So in here, I got to turn on Hyper-V, so I might want to make sure I'm on a new system. So let's see if there's any flags. In the system information. So going in the system information, you're looking through here, there's one red flag sitting right in front. Virtualization-based security not enabled. Hypervisor has been detected. It doesn't mean it's going to work, but since that says it's not enabled, that might be causing a problem. But we're going to try it really quick and see what problems we'd run into. So to turn on our Hyper-V, we're going to just turn on Windows features. So we can just go to our bottom right there and type TUR, and it should show up in here, turn Windows features on or off. So I'm going to click on it, and I notice it's a square box. That means that not everything's selected. So I'm going to drop it and drop that, and now there's some gray stuff in here. So if I mouse over it, Hyper-V cannot be installed. The processor does not have required virtualization capabilities. So it's saying it doesn't have the capabilities. So things that can cause this is you don't have Hyper-V turned on, your processor doesn't support virtualization. So because I made this and I did this on purpose, I know it's not the BIOS. For you guys, it would be a BIOS settings go in, but you don't have the option to go in and change the BIOS in the virtual environment. Once you pointed out to me that you had an issue there, then I go up here, and first we need to turn off the machine because we can't make hardware changes unless the machine's turned off. So I'm going to close this for now. I'm going to shut my machine off properly. All right, it's off. So I'm going to come up here to edit the virtual machine settings right here. And I'm going to go to the processor. So virtualization engine, I don't have the checkboxes checked. So right now we're not able to do nested virtualization is what the feature we need to do, what we're trying to do in here. So this is the equivalent of going into your BIOS and flipping on yes, turn on virtualization, or no, turn off virtualization. So I'm going to turn that on and turn that one on. You really only need that one on. So I'm going to hit OK, and I'm going to power my machine back on. So remember, our goal is to turn on Hyper-V and verify full functionality of Hyper-V. That's our goal, and that's what we need to screenshot to prove we did it. So right now in your notes, you would put, you went to turn on Hyper-V. Maybe even you looked at the system information and you saw some stuff was turned off. We're going to go back to system information really quick and see if anything changed on that screen. And then we're going to go back to turn it on. Looks like we did pretty good at learning where stuff was, but not how to use it. So we're going to work on how to use it now. All right, cool. And as you notice down here, it says license eval 90 days. That means it's activated. So that's something you got to check on later exercise on once you install. All right. I'm going to go to system again, system info. Let's just see if we got any new information down here. So it looks like it's showing about the same, so it's not showing. It is saying hypervisor detected. So apparently it's not going to show that stuff right here. So it did not change virtualization-based security. So I was hoping it would, but it didn't. So usually this says Hyper-V detected on-off stuff, but because we are in a hypervisor, it's going to do something a little bit different in here. I'm going to close that. Well, one of our flags was that those were grayed out. So I'm going to do TUR. Turn Windows features on or off. So now when I go there, if I click on it, it's a check instead of a square. So now it's actually letting us do Hyper-V Management Tools, Hyper-V Platform. If we don't have the Hyper-V platform, the hypervisor, we can't have a server on our computer. So we need all of these for Hyper-V to work on here. So now when I hit OK, it's going to actually let us install this. I figure how my screen gets so dirty. It looks like it's a touch screen. All right, so now I'm going to restart it because it has to restart. Once you've done it, it's going to do the whole Windows Update stuff. Hopefully it's not frozen. We got some rabbit poops right there. Hurry up and wait, right, guys? All right. So might be still loading up some services right now. So let me click in here. Yep. So we got our little pacifier. So it might let me get to it. Let's find out. So if it doesn't say your computer name right here, then you did something wrong, or you forgot to do what we just did, or one of those check boxes was missing and we needed to turn on that feature. So right now it's looking good. I'm just going to make that full screen. And I'm just going to go new, virtual machine, because I want to see if this works. And I'm just going to say finish. All right. Then I want to connect to it, so I'm going to connect. Wakey, wakey, computer. There we go. So we've got this right here, and if I start it, if this actually turns on and gives me something inside and says connected, and I don't open up a million of them, says start succeeded. So I didn't give it anything to do, so it's not going to boot anything. So this is what it should show. So right here is what we could do for our screenshot. So I do believe there is a capture screen right here. Then I can go to my real computer. Open up my open office. Did I double paste that? Oh, that it copied both windows. That's in. Huh. All right. No, it didn't. All right. So this one was Hyper-V. So I'm going to go File, Save As. Now you guys are going to have your tutorial in there with your screenshot, but this is just the one I'm looking for the screenshot. Doc 97, Sean Spangler, Hyper-V, .doc. I'm going to save it right here. Then I go to question 1, choose file, Sean Spangler Hyper-V, that one right there, open. And then since I'm actually as me, it's probably not going to let me upload, but just to make this look more legit, let me go back to here, and I'll go into this as student. So it looks exactly like what your guys should. Maybe. There we go, student view. Hyper-V, that document right there. Make sure you're saving a copy for yourself too. Don't save it where you can lose it. So it's been uploaded, so now we're going to do the next one. So, next one. Deploy Two Workstations. So we need to install 2 Windows 10 Enterprise evaluations in Hyper-V. Name first computer Workstation 1 in Hyper-V Manager. Name second computer Workstation 2 in Hyper-V Manager. Workstation 1 should be built with minimum system requirements. Workstation 2 will be built with recommended system requirements. Verify system activation and system specs. So that means our screenshot's going to have to verify that it's activated and that we've accomplished these specs. I'm going to move this off of this screen over to the other screen. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to change it. I'm going to go delete really quick right here. Copy over here. And I'm going to go save as. And I'm just going to get this ready for the next one, okay? Deploy 2 workstations. Save. I have one already named that, but that's okay because I'm going to override it. There we go. So now my open office is already ready. All I have to do is paste my stuff, and as I'm doing this, I can type what I'm doing to accomplish this. So for videos purposes, I'm not doing that, and also so you guys just can't 100% copy me for turning this in for your exam, I'm also not going to do that. So now that I know that this works, we're now on question 2. So our goal is to install 2 Windows 10 Enterprise Evaluation Hyper-Vs. One needs to be Workstation 1, one's Workstation 2. Workstation 1 needs to be minimum system requirements, while Workstation 2 needs to be a recommended system requirements. That can be vague. We find something that says recommended for building a new workstation, and you can use that for what you're going to use for your hardware. But you need to have something to back up why you use the recommended settings. So I'm going to turn this one off because I have no need for this anymore. So turn off, shutdown won't work because there's no operating system to trigger a shutdown. All right, so that will now be bye-bye. I am going to delete that. I don't know why I keep clicking it. And then I'm going to get rid of its hard drive. There, hard drive's now gone for that because I don't need it anymore. All right, so since I need to do 2 systems, right? I need to make sure I have the resources to do 2 systems. So need to go over and let's look at what we're working with here. Let's look at our computer. If I go to my computer, I have a 47 gigabyte hard drive with 29 free. So I know that I need 32 gigabytes of hard disk space minimum to install both of these. So that's 64 gig. I don't have that. So I need to make a hardware change. I see I have a DVD here, and this is the Windows installation DVD. It's mounted. So if I open this up, try to do setup, you would find out that it's going to try to install Windows 10. So this is the installation disk that's already in the drive. So we're good there. So now I know I have a physical copy sitting there in the DVD drive. So I'm going to let this stuff all close out there. Cool. So now I want to go back to my system information. I can look at the regular system too. This will give me the information I also need. If when I type it does something. There we go. So in regular system information, this has like the more detailed stuff. I can go down, installed physical memory. I have 4 gig. Well, I have 3 versions of Windows 10 I need to support. So I'm probably going to want to put at least the minimum for those. So what's the minimum for Windows 10? We need, at least for 64-bit, we need 2 gigabytes of RAM, right? So I at least need to add 4 more gigabytes to make this work. So now I need to think, okay, what about the one that's recommended? The recommended system. So for recommended system, you can look around, and you can probably do even an educated guess. Look at basic workstations that are for sale. Look at Windows, Microsoft 360, and what are the system requirements for that to work. So we want to, our recommended would be based on what software we're going to be running on it. So I think our base system here that we're actually running our virtual machine off of would be an actual good example of what recommended would be. So most software, I'm going to close this out really quick. So we know we don't have enough RAM and we don't have enough disk space. And I'm going to close, okay, I thought that was that X. All right. So let's say if we're doing a workstation, we know at least we're going to be doing Office, right? Most workstations are always going to have Microsoft Word, Office, PowerPoint, stuff like that. So let's just use that for our base here, for what we're going to do our recommended Office. So let's see if this actually loads me something in here. Since every single one of us are using the server, this ain't going to run super, super fast. And I haven't made the virtual memory tweaks on this yet, so mine's not going to run as fast as your guys's. All right, cool. So I'm just going to use this as a search up here. System requirements for Office 365. So here we go. That says max system requirements, but we can go by that too. So computer processor, Intel processor, memory, 4 gigs of RAM, disk space, 6 gigs or higher. That's on top of what the regular computer is. So let's see what is if we have a Windows one. Why is it giving me Mac? Did I search Mac up there? Why did that fill in Mac? I did not type Mac. There we go. Let's get something that's... All right, Office 365 system requirements. Formally, so it's connect with Microsoft 365. Formerly Office 365. Let's see, what do we got here? We're going to hope this isn't giving us the cloud requirements, okay? Here we go. Works for me. That's what I was looking for. Something like that. So we have components, Windows operating system 1.6 gigahertz or faster, 2 core, 2 gigahertz or greater recommended for Skype for business. It's Mac OS, you son of a... All right, whatever. 4 gigabytes of RAM, Windows OS, 2 gigabytes for 32-bit. Oh, it's doing both. Okay, so we're good here. So we're going to go with the 4 gigs of RAM that this is saying. 4 gigs for 64-bit, 2 gigs for 32-bit. So we'll go with 4 gig, and we're going to just do the basics like we're going to set this up for doing VM for word processing at least. So nothing else in here looks like anything we need to change too much. We already got that taken care of. All right, cool. So, and our hard disk space, it needs at least 4 gig available at disk space. So we'll probably just double what we have and keep so we have room for expansion. So I'm going to close this really quick, and let's get building these. All right. Everything seems to still be working. So, well, I need to make sure first we need the hard disk space, right? Because we don't have enough hard disk space. So let's look at the changes we need to make the hardware. So I only have 29 free, so I need 32 times 2 at least. Well, actually 32 times 4, so that we can at least have double space for the recommended. So we're going to add that, and then we also have the RAM issue. We only have 4 gigs of RAM. So we're going to need 4 for one system, 2 for the other system. So we're going to need at least 6 on top of what we already have. So we're going to take this, and I'm going to shut this down really quick because I can't make hardware changes when my computer's running, right? I'm going to come over here. I'm going to go power, and I'm going to go shut down. All right. So now that I'm back to this screen, remember up here's how we make our hardware changes. I'm going to click on Edit Virtual Machine. So I have 4 right now. I want 6 more. The closest thing I'm going to get to. So 4 plus 6 is 10. Let's just go to the 16 because I just click on it. So we'll give our whole machine 16 just to be safe. Keep it up and running. I think our processor is going to be okay, so I'm going to leave it. And then I need a hard drive. So let me add a hard drive. So we need 32, 32. Let's not 32. So let's just give this 128. I'll do the hard disk space. I'm going to go next in VME, create a new hard disk. So I'm going to do 128. And I'm going to say next. It's going to make this. So I'm going to say finish. And OK. Now I've made those hardware changes. Now I'm going to turn this back on, and I should be good. So I've just added a brand new hard drive, right? All right, we're in here. Let me empty that recycle bin really quick because it has that little hard drive sitting in there. All right, so you might notice when we add a hard drive to this, PC, that it doesn't show up in here because it's a brand new clean hard drive. There's nothing on it. So it hasn't been formatted, so there's no way we can see it. So we're going to have to use our disk management tool to get to this. We can just right click right here and we're going to go to disk management, and it should say hello as soon as it opens up disk management. There it goes. It said hello. So we're going to do GPT, guided partition tables. Now it's unallocated. It still hasn't been set up. We just initialized it. It's on here and we set up the partition tables, but now we need to actually format it. So as you can see, it's still not going to show up right here. So we're going to say a new simple volume, and it doesn't matter what we name it. I'm just going to next my way through here. Now I have drive E over here. So now I know that I have the drive. Now let me verify that I have the storage. The memory. So let me go to the system and just verify that I have enough memory to share with everything now. Now it's not showing the other one. Can you show me the other one? No? All right. Well, that one works. So now it says we have 16 gigabytes of internal physical memory. So now we have system requirements that are good enough to go with this. So I'm going to close that. We're good to go. And hold it. Now it's saying more virtualization stuff down here too. It did not show all that stuff earlier, right? So now we should be good to go on our Hyper-V. But remember, our Hyper-V, it's going to want the default to save in this users, public documents, Hyper-V. I don't have permission. I'm the only user account on this computer. All right. Virtual hard disk. So it would be saving your stuff in here by default. So if you don't change where you're saving it when you create your virtual machines, it's still going to save them on a hard drive that does not have room. Okay? So it's going to freeze up if you start to install 2 operating systems on a hard drive that only has 20-some gigabytes of storage on it, okay? So we're going to need to account for that. I'm going into the Hyper-V Manager now. Now we're going to start doing our first few steps. So I know where that default save location is. I want to change that because I don't want to have to deal with that later. So I'm going to come up here to my Hyper-V Manager, and I'm just going to right-click, on the actual server part of it, and I'm going to go to the Hyper-V settings. And when it decides to open up for me, so right here we have virtual machines. See the default location, it's doing it on C. So users, public, documents, Hyper-V, virtual hard disk. I'm going to go browse, and I'm going to change that to my new E drive. There we go. I'm going to do the same thing with everything here. And I'm just looking through, seeing if anything catches my eye. Looks like everything's good to go. So I'm going to hit apply. So now when I create stuff, it's going to default save it there. So let's get our Workstation 1 going. I'm going to go new. Virtual machine. Skip that page. All right, so first we need to name it Workstation 1, right? And you can see right here, if we weren't sure if it was saving there, it is saying on E drive. So I'm going to go next. We're going to do generation 1. Why are we doing generation 1? Because we know we have our DVD sitting right there. We have a physical DVD sitting in the drive. Right there. Well, right there. It was over there earlier when this was slid over. All right. And it's drive D. Why 1? Because we can't use a physical drive on generation 2. So if I go to generation 2, it only lets you use ISO files. Right here. Only an ISO or a network. Generation 1 lets us use physical media. So our minimum, we need 2048, right? Number lock. 2048. That's our, because Workstation 1 is our minimum system. Again, this is our startup memory. Don't confuse this with our maximum memory. This is our startup memory. So we always want to start at least with what the minimum our operating system needs to fire up. So here we might run into a problem. What's our default switch set at? So I'm seeing not connected and default switch. So let me go to my view virtual switch manager here. And what's default switch? It says default network and it says internal. That means I don't have an external network right now. That'll be a problem later. So I'm going to minimize this because it's hiding behind it now. All right, here we go. So for now, I'm just going to leave it at this, and I'm going to go next. Being not connected is also going to aid on setup. So this says it's saving the hard disk on E drive. I'm cool with that. So here, by default, it's already saying install physical CD drive D. That's exactly what we need to install off of. We don't have an image file. We have it already mounted to our machine. So Workstation 1, Generation 1, 2 gigabytes of memory. We don't have network connected right now, so we're not going to activate when it turns on. Hard disk, Workstation 1, VHDX on E. All right. So we're going to go finish. So really the only change we need to make is... Actually, I did do something wrong there. Did you guys see what I did wrong? Let me go back. So I'm going to come up here. I'm going to go to my virtual switch. Not my virtual switch. Inspect disk. And let me just get rid of this disk really quick. So I didn't make that disk the minimum, did I? I'm going to go back into here really quick because I made a mistake. Hey, computer, I'm clicking on you. This is an exam, sir. This isn't a PDF with steps to follow. It's called your book. All right. So I'm going to rechange this. So I just deleted that hard drive, so it doesn't exist. So it might get mad at me right now. All right. So I'm going to say new because I made the other one wrong. So I'm looking to make sure that this is the minimum. So I can, it doesn't matter what this is named, but I'm going to do it Workstation 1 again. And here I want to do 32. So I should have made that 32 when I created it. So 32 gigabytes because I want this to be the minimum system requirements. And again, this is just another way so I can show you if you make that mistake, you can just go in there and change that. You don't got to keep deleting this and redoing it. So now my size is 32 gigs, so we should be good. So I'm going to go finish on that. It's on the E drive. I'm going to go apply because it's blue. If I don't apply, if you hit OK, it might not apply it. So hit apply. And then that one should be good to go. Meanwhile, let's get the second one ready to go. I'm going to go virtual machine. This one's going to be Workstation 2. Generation 1. So we're going to do 4 gigs. So what's 4 gigs, guys? What's 4 gigs in megabytes? It's 4 times the number that's in front of me right there. Yes, 4096. I'm going to go next. I'm just going to leave it on not connected just so it installs quicker. Here, I'm going to change this. So I was going to go with 2 times the minimum. That gives us stuff to work with. So we're going to do, the minimum is 32, so we're going to do 64 for this one. I'm going to say this one didn't automatically go down to here, so I'm going to click here. So I'm doing off the physical DVD drive. Hit next. Just confirm it's Workstation 2, Generation 1. We have 4 gigs of RAM. It's not connected to the network, and it's being saved on the E drive, and I actually saved the right size this time. So I'm going to hit finish on that. All right. So next is going to be the hurry up and wait. So this part will be a good time for you guys to take a break. So I'm just going to fire both of these up. So first, I just want to connect to it first and make sure. Now, if I went to my host computer and added some virtual memory, this would be running faster right now, but I've not done that yet. I'm going to start up Workstation 1 and make sure I don't have to hit any keys to boot off the CD. All right, that one's good. So I'm going to fire this one up too. So now both of these are going to be in the process of having fun. So there's one other change I need to go in there and fix. It's going to be the maximum memory, but we can go back and correct that in a second. Hopefully this doesn't have a memory runaway. And another way to know how much system you need, so it's going to get mad because I'm using that same DVD drive for that other computer right now. So I'll let that one finish up and I'll unmount it and then I'll get that one going. Yep. I'll eject it once I'm done on installing this one. It'll work on that other one. So meanwhile, I know I'm going to need an external switch though. So once I get this one going, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to set up an external switch. Or else I'm not going to be able to do... Where did you just go? So I won't be able to do this if I don't have internet. Hopefully I can make this one angry. It was angry. And to avoid triggering my PTSD or Microsoft PTSD, I'm fast forwarding through all of this junk. We tried to add more processor to it. We tried to add more memory. We tried to load off of ISO and one off of DVD. And for some reason, the virtual machines kept resetting randomly on their own and just completely thrashing and corrupting the install. So hopefully this doesn't happen to you. But we think it might have been the Generation 1 was not happy with Windows 10 on Windows 10, and it was causing these to link to each other and cause all kinds of foobar stuff to happen. So I'm just going to leave the good stuff for you, and you can just see the speed flyby right here. So enjoy the good stuff, and sorry that you had to witness in fast motion what happened earlier today. I don't want to start it, and I made some corrections onto this one, so let me put it back to where it should be. So I'm going to go into here. I'm going to put this back where it's supposed to be on stuff. Why did that just restart? What the? All right, whatever. I'm going to change this back to... Come on, number what? This guy's supposed to be 2048. He'll be good. That's the only big change we made. I'll leave the processor. So my main change, I need to go down here to network, because we have it not connected. And I'm going to put this over to external switch, and I'm going to hit apply. I'm also going to come up to action, and I'm going to do a checkpoint, because I know it works right now, and I just made changes to it. And these are the changes I want to keep. I'm going to go checkpoint, and I'm going to call this, let me just call it question 2. So now I should have a checkpoint in there, and this thing freaking crashed up here. I can't win, guys. I can't win. It seems like it's almost timed. Like it's intervaled to do it after a certain amount of time to crash it. So you guys still see what I'm doing? Oh, jeez. I'm never going to win on this other one here. This other one's just... All right. I'm just waiting for that one to turn on. So that one should activate now that it has internet. So you don't have to have a password on this until you're done. When you are done setting it up, then I expect you to have the server 123 password on it. Jeez, this has different like partitions each time too. Last time I had 3 partitions, now it has 2. You know what? Make sure there's nothing floating in there. So now that says it has internet. So let me come over here and click on that. Yes, I want it to discover stuff. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to close this now, and I'm going to just hit refresh. What I did is I just cleaned that hard drive. I cleaned any partition tables and stuff that was sitting on it. So hopefully... All right. I don't think that's what's causing it. There's something glitching the Hyper-V on here. And I couldn't tell you what that is right now because I need to look at logs, and it could take me a few hours to track that down. So if you look right now over here, this says license is expired, but we do have internet. So if I right-click here and go refresh, it says it's activated. So that's one way to know if these evals are activated. So now I can go to my system. And yeah, I prefer this one. So this shows me I have the 2 gigs of RAM. It's not going to show me hard drive. Now on a server manager will show you like the hard drive space and everything, so it'll be easier on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stage this so I can see everything. I'm going to take this bottom up here and just drag it up a little bit. I don't care about the DVD drive. I do care about that C drive down there. I'll put the C drive right here, and I'm going to click on this. So now I can see my 2 gigs of RAM. I can see the size of my drive. and I can see it's activated here and here. So now I just need to do that on the other one, and that's all we need for our screenshot for this. This whole 3 hours has just been to do this symbol screenshot, right? So hopefully this guy right here doesn't crash on us. Oy. Let's try this again. All right. All right, we did this one. All right. All right. So, question 3 or step 3 would be rename Workstation 1 in Windows to your initials -WS1, SLS WS1. Rename Workstation 2, your initials WS2, example SLS-WS2. That's what we're going to rename those two computers. Meanwhile, it's getting ready. So after that, we should not have any problems on that. Yeah. After that one, we're going to make sure that the two computers can talk to each other. How are we going to do that? Type it, don't say it. Ping. Ping, ping, ping. We're going to make sure there's communication. Nick had an issue with communication, right? On yours? So that's one reason why we do it. Make sure we can walk and talk. All right. And then this one. Oh, we got something over here. Signs of life. All right, we're going to create a local user on Workstation 1 and, well, two of them, John Doe and Jane Doe. You're going to verify that their accounts work so you can actually log into their accounts. You're going to make text files in each of their documents folder and each of their pictures folders. So you're going to show that you did that in a screenshot or multiple screenshots. And then the last step is you're going to migrate from Workstation 1 to Workstation 2. All right? So let's see if that saved some time. Nope, it's still spinning. Spinning round, 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 spinning round, round. Oh, hold it. All right, cool. It's done. It's done. Let's set this puppy up. All right. First thing I need to do, remember, what do I got to do first? I says it's expired. What do I need to do? There'll be it's built into the class. You guys have gotten a link in the past on accident when I sent it to you. All right, so what do I got to do? My license is expired. In the chat, please. Well, why is it expired? Internet. I don't have internet. So what do I need to do? I did it on this one. Now you guys tell me what to do on this one. Refresh. I don't have internet. All right, I'll do it. Refresh. No internet. All right, still no internet. Virtual switch. What do I gotta do? I gotta switch it to what? External. Yes, take your medicine. External, not internal. It's not approved for internal use. All right. We're gonna shut this puppy down. There we go. Do not ever change your network card when your machine's running, or you will break your network adapter, and then you're gonna be in a world of hurt. Everything I just did, you're gonna have to redo it all over again. All right. So don't do it. Don't change hardware when the machine's running. Just don't do it. That one, it will let you do it, but it will break it. You will have a 169 and an IP address. It's not fun. And I think most of this class only heard the 6.9 part and not the one in front of it. Why did that just restart the other one? What the hell just happened? All right, there's a glitch in the Hyper-V in this because that just reset the other machine at the same time when I told this one to shut down. I mean, they're like synchronized. Huh. Wow. I I think it's sending commands to all? Hmm. I could not have done that myself. That would have been impossible for me to click restart on both of them at the same time. All right, well, let's try turning this system off again. Hell. Jesus. If you're having problems, try doing Generation 2 and see if you have the same problems. I'm going to do that this weekend. I don't know what's going on here. That was weird as hell because I told it to power off. I told it to shut down, and they both restarted. Let's see if it does it again. Who knows? I finally discovered a digital abortion. It's shutting down. Okay. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. All right. Let's do this before it acts stupid. File settings. I didn't make any other crazy changes to this. We did give it more process. No, we didn't. Here, have some more processor. Might as well. Here, have 4. I don't care. All right. We'll give this to external virtual switch. All right. Apply. Okay. That's it. So now we should have activated when it turns on. Just continue. Just do what I tell you to. All right. Thank you. This is why live demonstrations suck. I need like a server dedicated to me. So like, I don't know why you're having a problem. I don't have that problem. Oh, holy crap. Ah, look, we have network. All right. And it says we're expired, but we right click like you said earlier and we say refresh and it's activated. Yay, we're activated. All right, let's just do this screenshot really quick. So what we want is SYS. Yeah, right there. Come on. There you are. All right. I click, you go. All right, you too. What are you doing? You just chose you wanted to restart with everybody else. You felt left out. Fine. We'll fix you too. There you go. You're not left out. You can both be a system. Oh no. You know what? I'll just drag you to the other side so you're not overlapping and blocking stuff. All right. Happy joys. All right. And another thing we wanted was the other stuff, right? Come here. Yes. You're good. All right. Show me. All right. Here we go. Going down. Good enough. Click on that. It's in front. All right. Same over here. Hey. I clicky. You do. Okay. I clicked more than once. I understand. You're angry about that. All right. You're in front. All right. It's okay if we cut that side off. Poof. All right. That should. Oh. Well, that says activated. We're good. We got everything we need. All right. So we can just come right here. We can say, hey, how you doing, snippet tool? Hey, how you doing? Oh, yeah. Oh, well, I don't see it. Oh, it's under there. Hey, snippets. Cool. All right. And you're behind that. Why are you behind that? I don't like you. All right, screw you. We'll do it over here.
I get all that you're saying, but
There we go.
I tried 3 times. Why didn't it work?
I tried more than 3 times. That's probably why. You didn't try more than 3 times.
Okay.
I'll have to look and see. You probably aren't doing it on the hard drive that's big. I'll look at it in a second. All right, so we got this, we got that. That's our screenshot. We'd stick that into our document and whatnot. All right, let's do the next part. That's the screenshot I want, something like that. As long as you're showing the hard drive and everything. I know the hard drive's hiding behind that, but like that on both of them. All right. I don't want to play games no more. This thing's making me angry. Angry Fridays.
I'm not trying to get you angry.
Here we go.
I'm trying to figure out why what I thought should work didn't work.
What the? Oh, I'm in the real one. All right. Oh no. No, it's behind it. Come back. Come back, you. Where is it? There it is. Okay, cool. We're going to close that really quick, and we'll just do a couple other steps, and then we'll go and see what your guys' are going on. All right, cool. So we should already have this open if we've got these installed. So the next step's fairly simple if I didn't close it. All right. So that's too far. Let's go a little bit more further. There we are. So we want to rename Workstation 1, your initials, and SWS1. So we would just go into here. We already have the system open from our previous screenshot. So we would just come over here to change settings. Come over here to change, rename the computer. Up here, computer name. And it'll just be SLS-WS1, Workstation 1, not exclamation point 1. So I would do that. I would say OK. And then close. And then I'm going to have to restart that one. And then I'll do the same thing over here really quick. Freaking fly, get on my face. All right, and we'll do the same one. This one's WS2 though, because it's Workstation 2. So again, I'm changing the computer name. And I'll stop right before the create the user account stuff. We're just going to do the verify next, and then I'll stop this video there, and then we'll go see if we can get you guys caught up, or see where your mess, what's going on with yours. Yeah, reconnect. Yeah. What do you do? Restart on a restart? Ha! I caught you in the middle of it. Sucker. Take that, computer. I think it's sending like commands between two of these at the same time, like they're one machine. I see laugh my ass off. I see like Nike said. I see all fun stuff over there. What's lucky is that the class recording thing doesn't record the chat. It only records the audio and whatever's the demo here. Now, if I move this over here, now we're recording it. All right. All right, so those are all back on. So what we want to do is just make sure that everything's functioning exactly how we wanted. So we're going to go SY. All we did is rename it. So we want to make sure that we do have our system name on here. Same with this one. You should see that's SLS WS2. So this one over here. Of course. There we go, up top. There we go. So this one's SLS WS1. This one's SLS WS2. Yours will be your initials dash WS1 WS2. So that's cool. So now that we've named these, we know what we should be peening, right? So I'm going to go to here. So we've accomplished this. So right now you can take a screenshot of that, and that would be your screenshot. And then you need to write down the tutorial on how to do what we just did, minus all the crappy stuff that get to this simple point. All right. So we would take that screenshot, do our stuff, upload our document, blah, right there. Okay, next. So next one, we want to verify communications between both workstations with command prompt. All right, coming over here. So I'm going to come to the command prompt on this one. It does not need to be. Dang it. All right, so it's going to do PowerShell. So I'm just going to do CMD. It's going to give me command prompt, going in the command prompt. I can see the computer over here. It says SLS WS1. So I'm going to ping SLS-WS1. And it's be like, no, I don't like you. Then I'm going to look at myself. IP config. I've got an IP address. All right. Let's come over here to this one. And let's see if I have the same problem. CMD. Enter. Ping. SLS-WS2. Right? All right. It's going to probably do the same thing. Blah, blah, blah. Can I ping myself? WS2. Oh, huh. It's coming back from IPv6, but I did get a reply from myself. All right. So I'm going to try one thing. So I know that Nick turned his firewall stuff off, and that fixed his. I'm going to go open the network, and I'm going to go to the adapter really quick, change adapter options. I'm just going through some troubleshooting steps that usually fix it, but doesn't mean it will fix it. I'm just going to go disable and enable on that one. And I'm going to do the same thing over here really quick. Sometimes those get just caught up with themselves and just say, I only want to be by myself. Now, if we're domain joined, it would be easier to know because this would say unknown network instead of contoso.domain or .com. So right now, it's not looking like that's the problem, but I'm just going to do it anyway. So I'm going to do disable, enable. All right, and I'm just going to try that one more time. I'm just going to do my up WS2. All right, it looks like it's still not working. And then I'll do it from this end also. So we're obviously don't have communication right now. So let's try one more thing. So I'm going to go into Open Network and Internet Settings again. We're going to go to Advanced. So we're going to Sharing Center. Eventually. Someday. Yesteryear. All right, here we go. Change Advanced Settings. And I'm going to turn all of this stuff on right here. So it looks like it's already on. So maybe that's not the problem on this either. Oh, there we go. Well, it was showing it on, and then it was showing it not on. Interesting. Let's just double check that this is not toggling when I go back to them. All right, we're good. All right, we're going to save those changes. Maybe. All right, that looks like that's saved. I'm just going to see if that... Looks like we're getting a response now from that one. So that was the problem on that one. All right, so we'll do the same thing on this one. And again, I'm probably not going to get any communication back from that other one because I haven't done it. So I'm going to go over to this one, and I'm going to go back to Network and Sharing Center. I'm going to go change advanced sharing options because for some reason this is why peen doesn't work, and peen command shouldn't be dependent on doing this, but 9 times out of 10, this is one of your problems why you can't peen another computer. It's because this stuff's not turned on, so don't tell me why. You don't have to do this crap on Linux, that's for sure. All right, and I'm going to go save. As you saw, that timed out over there. All right, so I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to do up, and I'm going to peen it. And look, we got some communications. So guess what I just did? I verified communication. So what's another way to verify communication? You guys probably don't know this because the freaking use certify doesn't cover it in this version. All right, so I'm going to close this. We don't need these anymore because we're only verifying communication between the two. So the other thing that you can do to verify communication, trying to close everything so it's not in the way, is I can whack the other one. So I'm going to come over here. I'm just going to click on that. I'm going to whack. I said whack. This isn't Pornhub. Come on. Don't take a minute. You know you don't need a minute. Come on. Give me my whacks, damn it. Whack. Seriously? I'm going to the other one. I'm not playing with you. You're not nice. There we go. SLS-WS2, right? So if communication is working, I can see a share on that computer. And it's got mad at me. You might not have permissions to use blah, 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 blah. Did I type something wrong? Or is this one just not working over here? Let's try it again, because it did show up properly. It is showing in there. Yeah, it was just acting stupid. So there we go. So I can see the public share. Remember that public share we talked about that everyone can see? You store stuff in public, everyone can see what's in there. So that one worked. So let's see. Hey, you. Yes, you. Wake up. You have the better specs too. So what's going on here? You don't like the whack button. Okay, I get it. Let's try it over here. Let's try from File Explorer. Come on. What's your problem? You have issues? Okay. So you like corn. All right. I'm just going to click up here. I'm going to whack. SLS-WS1. I know. You don't like talking to people. You have problems. Let's try that one more time, because the other one took a second too. All right. I think I have a problem with this machine. Granted that I can't type stuff right here. Oh, now you're going to do it? All right, fine. And if it's showing it, so it sees it. So there's something goofy going on here. So when in doubt, restart, right? And just so you guys know, I'm not just making stuff up. Here you go. Some more nerd fuel for you nerds, all right? All right, let's see if we have some communication again here. So that's turned on, so I'm just going to double check. I'm going to go up arrow and I'm going to make sure I can ping it. So we're getting a decent ping from it. I'm also going to make sure I'm going to come over through the File Explorer and make sure I can still have that up. So it's easier just to do it from the Windows button because I hate coming up here and trying to type stuff. You got issues today, buddy. You got issues. The pings work, but the wackies don't. All right, let's try this again. It sees it, though. Okay, buddy. Why aren't you working? Is it me or is it you? Is it me or is it you? Because we definitely have ping communications. Oh, there ain't no freedom here. Huh? You're going to be dreaming about this. You're going to have nightmares. You're trying to troubleshoot in your dreams. You're like, damn it, I thought I was out not at school. Yeah, me too. All right, everything's turned on, so I think we're having some machine issues here. Ping's working, so that just shows we do have communication. I think we just get, I don't know why it's whack. Oh, it might be, oh, look at that. Let's do ourselves. Can we see ourselves? Okay, I can see myself. Okay, let's go back here. Let's see. Whack. Maybe you just have to turn on all the way? No, you don't like it? You still don't like it? All right. Whatever. That's your personal preference. It's okay. All right, that's myself. All right. There's something goofy going on that too. Okay, but all I need is you to have the ping to work, okay? Obviously, there's something goofy going on with these machines because it worked and then it doesn't work after I restarted the one. So, again, sometimes if you restart that adapter, that fixes this too, but I'll try it and then let me look at yours, Damon, and we'll see what's going on really quick. Let me just restart this just really quick. Oh, it's because they have blank passwords, so I don't know why it worked before. It worked before, and now it's saying it's not. It says because blank passwords are not allowed. So, even though it should show the public without a password, whatever. We know that the ping works, so just screenshot the pings. So that worked, and then we have the ping on this one over here. So it showed communication between the two. So we know that works. So just take that screenshot, put that up, and all you say is I opened up command prompt, I pinged SLS-WS2 from SLS-WS1 or whatever your name is, and vice versa, and that's your tutorial for that part. All right, and we'll stop at that, and I'm going to stop this video because I'm done. We'll finish the other ones next week.